y'all talk
What's
about that.
going on? This is another episode of Are You Next?
Are you next?
Shout out to Space God. He couldn't make this episode.
Yeah, Space God, we miss you, brother.
Space.
We got June
Cammy.
back. And we got Ken.
I thought you was about to say we got June filling in for Space God.
Nah,
I was about to say.
I ain't gonna start with you. I ain't all there right now, so I ain't gonna start with you.
Why you not all there? What happened? What's going
I
on?
don't know. I'm tired for some reason.
Tired.
Yeah, I like myself.
Tired too.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's get right to it. June said he wanted to talk about something. Get off your chest.
Yeah. First and foremost, I want to say, there's a lot going on with these kids. Is being killed by loved ones, fathers, mothers. Extended family and things like that. We want to give a heartfelt shout out to, or say rest in peace to, what's her name? Keelan.
Nah, remember, I didn't even hear nothing about. I don't really know.
So, first of all, let me get her name.
You
I want to make sure I pronounce the name
I
correctly.
somewhat, but I try not to
Kimani
follow.
Lateague, from Columbus, Ohio. Rest in peace, baby girl. She was 13. Her father, I believe, kidnapped her, raped her, and killed her.
A biological father?
Biological father, yeah.
Damn, that's tragic.
Sad, man.
Horrific.
Was there a reason? I mean, there's really no reason to murder your own.
It's never no reason unless he and this goes back from what we was talking about last week, mental health. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad, like you said. It's nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Nobody could tell me to say why he was right in his actions. You get what I'm saying?
I'm assuming he got caught.
Definitely. So the story that I heard was when the cops apprehended him, he started shooting at the cops, and the cops shot him. Actually, he survived, and definitely he's caught.
Oh, he's going underneath the jail. Attempted murder on a cop. That alone will get you 25.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Black man.
Black man, unfortunately. Kimani Lateague, that was her name.
Oh, shout out to the family.
Yeah.
Damn, it just made me extra sad. It just made me extra sad.
On this gloomy Sunday, right?
So Toby, make me happy, son. Pause. Make me happy. Tell me something.
This guy.
Make me happy. Change it.
Dan, anything you gotta say?
Well, yeah, we're discussing basically why men pretend. I'd like to know why men pretend.
What do you mean?
Pretend, like, when you meet a woman, you're courting her, you're getting to know each other, and now y'all are deciding to be in a committed relationship.
Basically, she's saying, why do men pretend to get the buns and shit like that?
Hold on,
That's what she's saying.
We pretend to get the pussy.
No.
No.
Come on,
not
after
just-
that. After that?
I'm just saying,
No,
like, overall. Pretend.
Before you get the pussy, you pretend to be one way, and then after you get the pussy, not even after you get the pussy, but after the fact, she finds out the true you.
Y'all are so vulgar. Basically, what I'm saying is.
No, because I mean, pretend is to get them to
No, okay, we're in a relationship and you're pretending, and then I don't know, at some point you just say, F it. I'm just gonna be unabashedly myself. And now I'm starting to see things about you that I just cannot tolerate. It's just intolerable.
The
And I'm-
newness. The newness is gone.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So that's the pretending. Like, when women, most of us, we put ourselves like, what you see is what
That's
you
a
get.
lie. That's cat.
That definitely.
No, that's
Women
not.
pretend as well too.
I'm
Women
sure.
pretend
Listen. I'm sure that there are some women that pretend, but for the most part, well, I'm speaking on me. I do not pretend. So if I'm telling you all the negative things about me up front, so I'm giving you options to say, you know what? She's told me this, that, and the third. I don't know if I could deal with that. You still go into being with me. And then, but you don't give me the same opportunity to tell me you're going to be this and you're going to be that, you're going to be this. So I'm thinking I got this person that I expect, which is to keep the clean house, just do all the certain things, and you're doing that, right? When we get together.
Everybody meet their representative. That's what happens, and then it's not. That's your representative. You want to portray a certain way to get to a certain point. That's why men and women lie.
Well, what's the point? If I'm going
To
to
get
find
to a
out,
certain point.
what I'm saying is, if I'm going to find out who you are later on, and that's where problems starts in relationships because people's like, wait a minute, if I'd have known all of this, we wouldn't have gotten this far. Like, let me know that you
That's
don't
why.
cook, you
That's
don't
why
clean.
you pretend. This is
But-
why, because they know deep down inside,
But-
you might not like this person, so I have to
But
pretend.
men and women pretend no matter what the situation, point blank period.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about relationships specifically or getting to know somebody. Shit, I pretend on fucking interviews. I can tell the motherfucker I'm the best worker in the world. I'm pretending.
But they're gonna see when it's time for your evaluation. Like everything you said from your performance is going to show like you're not what you said you are. And now they're gonna look for somebody who is that, and you don't notice, but they're looking to replace you. So if that happens,
Yeah, but we talking about after he done got the benefits, he done
Right, I
got
done
paid.
got paid a couple of times.
what does that mean? Okay, you got paid a
Mission
couple times.
accomplished.
Mission accomplished. See, you're getting by. You're not getting over because now they're saying, well, wait a minute. On the interview, he's been a whole year. We gave him a whole year. He already showed us what his productivity is like.
But
so now I'm going to replace him.
If he told the truth, he wouldn't have had the year. He'd be working at Home Depot.
And this is my point. If you're going
Hold
to
on.
be
What's wrong with working at Home
I'm
Depot?
just saying,
no, but I'm saying if you're gonna be this person, I'm just saying in general. If you're gonna be this person where you are a big liar, you keep a nasty house, all the stuff that you claim you do and you was doing, and then later on, don't ask like what happened, because what happened is you started slacking on the things that you promised that you would be doing. You couldn't keep that image up.
let me ask you a
Don't
question.
come into somebody's life knowing that you're going to bring them down is what I'm saying. If you can't meet me there, then stay over there.
So when you say that, so what about the females who go on dates who get the boob jobs and the fake hairs and the y'all lying from the beginning?
What did I tell you the last time? I said women, we are the biggest liars because we lie with our hair, the lashes, the bodies.
Exactly.
All right, fine. But you already know that booty is not hers.
So
you still went into it knowing the truth. You knew that was not her breast, that it was augmented. You knew that was not her real ass.
How we
And
know
you
that?
still
How we know?
decided.
How we know?
Come on, because how many women do you know really have like a natural looking BBL where you can't determine? If the thighs and the hips don't match, you already know.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Listen, and especially if you knew the person from back in the day and I don't know.
How about if you don't know? How about if it's just, just
then you don't know.
when she's padded.
But listen,
she put the uplifting bras. I mean,
how many times have you met a woman and she's from California? You don't know she could have been 700 pounds in that life. You understand? And she came here, got her whole self done up. It's up to her to be honest. But what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about those things. It's not possible unless you knew someone who knew her. She said she's from California and she moved to New York. You don't know if she was in relationships with women. You don't know if she was a murderer. You don't know nothing about this person. I'm speaking on the ones that we know, and we get into these friendships or whatever the case may be, and then they start pretending. So you think, oh, okay, you're living off of the pretense of whatever they're displaying. And then later on, you start seeing things, and then you start bringing them to the fore. Like, listen, like, wait, what's up? Like, why is blah?
Are you
blah,
are you
blah?
are you referring to the men?
In general, but I basically wanted to know, like, why does men always have to, like when you're trying to get with a woman, instead of just saying, listen, I got some issues, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really, I wasn't taught.
Because
I wasn't taught how to clean up. I'm not really good with like doing laundry. Like, let me know so I can maybe help you out.
In a man's mind, if he just meeting a woman or whatever the case may be, like you said, dating, getting to know each other, certain things can be a turnoff for that woman, right?
100%.
Now, he tells you the truth, like, listen, I see off rip that you're a clean person, you smell good, your hair is done, I can tell by the way you dress. I'm not a clean person. Who's to say that you might not be able to change him? You might could show him how to clean. If I feel like this, if you saying he's pretending, right? What if you like that person or whatever the case may be? Y'all getting to know together. You like the vibes, the chemistry there. Everything else is there. Maybe got a good job. But that one little thing, you gonna hold that one little thing against him?
I don't know about the women. I'm saying if that was me, no.
I'm asking you.
No, I wouldn't hold, no. Stuff like that, what I would hold against you is when we're having a conversation and you like, oh no, 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 I mop, I sweep, I do all of that. I cook. I'm looking forward to these things to take place. So when we get together, you're doing these things because you told me that these are the things you do. And then over a course of a time, I'm starting to notice like those things are stops. Like you're not. And I'm like, and I come to you and I'm like, babe, like what's going on? Like you used to, sweep, mop or whatever. Like, and you say, well, I don't want to do that no more. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't want to do that no more? Like, I don't want to go to work no more, but I got to get up every day and go to work. Like, if you went to the kitchen and you made it to the sink, if you could put soap and let the dish, like, I'm just saying, like, why can't you just go the extra mile and wash it out? My thing is, don't fool me and do certain things and then abruptly stop. Because if this is really you, and you telling me these are the things you're telling me that you do, so I got with you under the pretense of that. Now, if you say, I'm not the type that, mop and sweep, but I could do blah and blah, blah. I'm okay with that. But don't fool me.
So you telling me, and I don't know your situation, you telling me every guy that you've dealt with, as far as a serious relationship, you are able to be the same way throughout the whole relationship as you was when you first met him?
No, I'm telling you that any relationship that I've been in, I have always been myself, whether it's karaoke, whatever it is that I like to do to have fun. That's always been me. The only thing that changed is when you change. I am forced to now follow your change. So if you stop doing the things that you used to do to keep us in unison and like happiness, of course I'm gonna say, well, you don't deserve. Wait, why am I coming home breaking my neck to cook for a man who gave up? Like my role has to change.
But I see I notice you see you, and I get it. You always focus on what the men is not doing, but I think females lie way more than men, way more. So I think when you say pretending, I think the females pretending from the beginning, the middle, and the end.
How? If you know she wears a wig, I should pretending.
Nah, that's in general. They can tell you, oh, I cook and clean, or I do that, but they don't be doing that. They don't.
I think both men and women pretend.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that that's not the case. What I am saying is I'm just asking about men. Men does this a lot. They think that it is a woman's responsibility and a job to cook and clean.
That's their job.
Wait, hold on.
That is their job.
They think that it's a woman's responsibility to cook and clean and take you home. But then that means the woman has more of a burden, because if you're just going to work and I make my own money, right? You go to work and you make money. I'm cooking and I'm cleaning. I'm taking care of the kids. I'm at all the doctor's appointments, filling out all the applications for the football, soccer, whatever it is. What else are you bringing to this table besides going to work?
No, stability and safety. What about
safety,
that?
stability? Help me out.
What safety?
What if I could beat you?
Are you married?
I am.
So what happens if you and your husband laying in the bed
Uh-huh.
and you hear noise? Who gets up?
First, no. The thing is, she's going to say, babe.
No, I'm not.
Go.
Oh my
I'm not that one. I'm not that one.
Okay, you get up first?
No, he will tell me to chill out because I'm like, no, I'm going too. Because if something happens.
9 out of 10. Then nobody talking about you. 9 out of 10. What happens in that situation?
Depends on the kind of man. Some men are like.
We're not 9 out of 10. He's general. 9 out of 10.
Okay.
The man gets up and ain't got to go down there. Now his life is more important. Her life is more important than his. Correct? When y'all go out and hang out, his job is to protect you. Yeah, his job is to make sure you go back safely. So whose life is more important at the particular moment? This is why you couldn't clean. I can't protect you if I'm hungry. I'm gonna protect you if I'm hungry. How? When we go out and go on a date, I'm gonna make sure you come back. How? You ain't giving me nothing to eat. I'm skinny and shit. How I'm gonna protect you? I'm lying. That's not the man's job to protect. So we all have a role to play in a relationship. It just so happens your role is to cook.
I don't mind doing none of that. All that.
That's a female role to cook. My role is to protect.
Innately,
provide. My job is to protect, provide. When you live together, I'm gonna pay a majority of the bills.
Okay.
It just so happens, get that mop going.
So if you know that I'm the one cleaning all the time, then you shouldn't be making a mess all day like I'm some slave.
No,
because now I'm gonna start feeling some type of way.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and And if you know that I don't like certain things, then why continue to do the things you know I don't like?
I get that, but 9 out of 10,
If a woman says she needs things in order because psychologically it's going to affect her, that should be the end all be all at that moment. Because I need to keep this person healthy and sane, I will not do blah, blah, blah.
Can I ask you a question? If a man moves in with a girl, how people gonna look at him?
That's her crib.
Yes, that's her crib. He moved in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But you know what?
So as a man, we have to be at a certain standard, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so that we have a job. So he's gonna look at as less of a man.
So why doesn't he go the extra mile to make? Because if I'm making you feel like this is your place, or putting you on the lease, whatever the case may be, then it's ours.
Right, but he's a dweeb. I'm gonna look at him as a dweeb if he's moving with a girl.
Why?
Because that's not what men
So
do.
so a woman moves in with a man.
That's the norm.
That's the norm.
100%.
No, I don't. Not in my book. It's not. My mother raised me differently. She raised all of us.
But let me just say that. But
That's-
it depends on the situation. I'm gonna be honest with you. It depends on the situation. But
If a man can move in with a woman can move in with a man. I think it's the equal. I don't
Yeah.
think he's a dweeb. Then she's a dweeb.
I think if it's better financially.
You know what
I
that problem,
understand.
where that come from? Because women are really, 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 my gender, I say that, you know why. We are really, really big on, although I don't do this, but women do. I know a lot of women that does this. Because the man moved in, it's like when things don't go their way, it's like get out. So that means that the man feels, uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Women is always like, I never understood, like, you saying get out in that moment. You're upset.
Who's saying get out?
The woman. She's always telling the man to get out.
Power.
Because that's her crib.
Yes.
But he's paying your rent.
Doesn't make a difference.
Don't make a difference.
Don't make
Nah,
a
that's
difference.
crazy. I think
Don't-
that's
Don't make a difference.
That happened to me before.
once you there 30 days.
You moved in with a female?
But I'm saying
She
once
told
you're
you
in
to
there
get out?
30 days,
Did
that's
you leave?
I left.
you're a
Do it
squatter.
back?
Of course.
You have rights. After 30 days, you have rights. She can't tell you to get
At the
out.
end of the day, we know women deal off of emotions.
Very
You know
much
what I'm
so.
saying? So at the end of the day, me being who I am, more a little cool, calm, and collected. All right,
You got out because you fucked up.
get out.
Because you did wrong. if I know
Now we-
anything,
Nah.
if I know anything, you got out because you was wrong.
Yeah.
At the end of the
He
day,
may seem
it
like it was
wasn't-
cool. Nah, I got out because
I
you wanted
believe
to
it.
be speaker. No, you fucked up.
No, but at the end
You
of the
told
day,
on yourself.
No.
You told on yourself, June.
All jokes aside, the thing is, she told me to leave. Get out. Cool. I left. We had a conversation. Smoothed everything out. Came back. It wasn't no where I had to get out on some like I'm leaving because I know we not going to stay together.
How long you was going for?
What, a day or two?
Okay.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not, no, that's nothing.
No, but
That's
the,
not.
The whole thing is the audacity of her to say get out, knowing that yes, I do pay the bills here. I help out groceries.
And nothing to do with
I
that.
take out the garbage.
Had nothing to do with that.
whatever the kid. Right. It does.
How?
You telling me to get out, and I deserve I earned my spot here.
Whoa, that's not true. That's not true.
Why that's not
So
true?
what happened? The roles are reversed. That was your crib, and she cheated and got pregnant by another guy.
First of all,
Answer my
no,
question.
no, see, that's you.
No, I'm asking
You
the question.
taking
No,
it-
I'm asking the question.
Right, left field, bro.
hold on.
So
I'm asking
you
the
went and
question.
got another woman
No,
pregnant?
no. I'm saying,
no.
I don't.
Nah, it wasn't-
I
it
said,
wasn't
I'm
that.
giving an
Don't
example.
start no
What
SH
happens-
shit. It
What
wasn't
happens
that.
if a female move in with you and she get pregnant by another guy and you tell her to
But
get
see, look at the situation. She got pregnant with by another guy. And then that's it. We're done.
okay.
We're done. It's not get out and then call me, smooth shit out, and then you come back. No, we're done.
Let me ask you this question. A woman moves in with you and y'all get into a little, argument or whatever.
I would never say get out.
No, I'm saying that she started fighting you and scratch up your face.
Oh no, yeah,
and-
go.
Oh, nah.
you
That's
like
the end of. See, it's a difference between get out so I could calm myself down, and then what you're describing is we're completely done. You put your hands
This
on me.
is what my this
It's
is
over.
hold on. This is my point. I had a conversation with a woman the other day, a friend of mine or whatever, and we were talking about this because I got a call for me to come over there to whatever. And I told her, I said, no. Because every time he's back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm done. I'm done with this situation. I said the only way I would tell my husband he gotta go is if he put his hands on me.
Right.
That means you have to go because we're done. I'm getting a divorce. We're done. Having an argument, knowing, and this is why I never call my brothers when I get into it with in relationships or whatever, because I know I'm not done with this person, so I'm not getting my brothers involved in come over here, whatever. And I've been pushed by a man before, and I didn't call none of my brothers, and I have 5. Because I'm saying to myself, I understood, not to say like I condone him pushing me, but I understood why he did it.
Or did you cause him to push you?
No, you can never cause anybody to
Listen.
put their hands on you.
Do you know,
I'm sorry.
It's easy when you kick someone out. It's easy for a female to find a place to stay that night than a man would.
How do you figure that? There's hotels.
No, yeah, I get it, but I'm just talking about late
What if he
night.
don't got the money?
Late night, his money's tied up because he paying the rent. For a nigga to call, for my man to come to your Sunday place to clap, I'm thinking, I don't know.
Fucked up.
You,
Just saying,
that's you.
This couch it was made for, for a nigga to lay here. But a female be more like, come on, girl, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm lying?
No, you right.
No, you got some chicks out there that be like, I got a husband. Nope.
But but it's easy for a female to find a place. And let me tell you why. Because a female gonna call another guy. I mean,
He gonna think he gonna be.
I would never call no dude.
that shit keeps talking about
That's
you.
crazy.
No, but I'm saying it's easy for a female.
I don't know if a female would call another guy and say she need a place.
No. When I mean aside. This a friend of hers.
Right.
I don't know about no
She
women
actually
having no
knows.
friend where she can call some guy friend.
It's you on the bottom of the knife. You need this place to stay. Why wouldn't you call nobody? Hey, yo,
I guess I'm definitely
June.
out of tune with reality then.
Nah,
Because I don't
it's
know.
easy. Like I said, for a guy to find a place to stay overnight, I think it's a little harder.
No, you got your guy friends you could call and be like, yo.
Yeah, you got one or two that'll
Yeah.
probably look out for you.
But not all of them.
But
Nah.
not all of them. What if both of them don't answer their phone?
You
You
screwed.
fucked up.
You left your wallet in the crib.
You on a trend.
But wait, I wanna get back to your comment because I had several disagreements about what you said.
Which
Which is that you said, wait, what did you do to make the person push you? And I'm saying there's never anything that a woman could do to make a man choose that, because that's a choice. If you angry, you can choose to walk out that door and calm down. But if we have a verbal exchange and you didn't like what I said,
that's something totally different.
Well, that's what
not
I'm saying.
I mean. What I'm saying is, as far as in a general sense, like, if, for example, matter of fact, no, baby boy was. So you mean to tell me Jody wasn't right in back smacking Yvette?
for what?
Her punching him in his face.
100% he was right.
Okay, all right.
I agree with that.
So,
I agree with that. You keep your hands to yourself.
All right.
She had no business putting her hands on him.
That's why I mean, as
No,
far as
right.
what did you do to make him push?
Absolutely nothing. I said something that he couldn't handle, and
Okay.
he pushed me. But again,
that also goes to know your partner. Like
So,
sometimes
that's
you can't
not
even
true.
say certain shit to a man because it'll hurt his ego to the point where he's ready to knock your head off your shit.
right, and this is my thing is this.
I disagree with that comment. I mean,
I was going to say
what
sometimes
can you say to a man? What can you say?
Unless he's weak.
Yes.
you got to be weak.
That's why I said you gotta know who you dealing with.
But
But
sometimes,
you should be dealing with somebody that might put their hands on you.
sometimes,
From
but you
a
never
comment
know
you
until
say.
the time comes. You never know until the time
I'm
comes.
just saying, why be with somebody knowing if you say the wrong thing, that person might put my hands on me?
Because you just never know.
same
That
way-
some
No.
people
A
snap.
lot of girls
He
still
said
do
no, but
that.
he said know your audience. That means you know it's a possibility he could put his hands on you.
I think
You should not
all
be-
men have it in them. There's always a possibility. No matter if you say
No.
something about their mother. If I punched your mother in the face
Come on.
in front of you,
What you expect
Come
to
on.
happen?
I'm just saying.
I'm
What,
talking
the
about a
key
regular
word was
conversation, no.
men have the capability of putting
but
their
that-
hands on a
no,
woman.
that's different. But I'm talking
it's
about a
not.
regular conversation. What can a regular conversation I have with a female that make me want to put my hands on her?
That's you. There's some men out there that's weak
But
minded.
I'm- but
They
I'm
can't
talking
handle
about-
truth. They
I'm
can't
not talking
handle
about
the
the weak
truth.
minded. I'm just talking about regular.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
You got a lady. Y'all been rocking with. Matter of fact, forget a lady. You got a wife.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You get a video of your wife sucking somebody else's dick.
I'm not gonna block her.
And mind you, now mind
I'm not
you,
gonna block her. I'm not gonna block her.
No,
Hold
why,
on,
why
hold
not just
on.
cut her off and
Hold on,
just break
hold
up with
on.
I
her?
am on knock.
Hold
I'm
on.
not gonna block her.
hold on. You get the video. right? Mind you,
And his dick bigger
she
than mine.
knows.
I'm knocking his block off. I'm knocking his motherfucking block off.
She knows the dude videotaped her giving him head. She don't come and tell you at all. But the nigga sends you the video.
No, I'm not gonna block off. I get that. No, I get that part. But I'm talking about a regular conversation.
What is the point of beating her up? When you would just
To make me feel better. I'm not gonna. She's married. That's my wife. I'm not gonna block her. I don't give a fuck. Call me what you want.
So you gonna feel better not gonna block her.
Nah, I think that's a waste of time. Just divorce
Now you
her.
in jail and she's still gonna start sucking the nigga dick even more.
But he said he'll feel better.
I feel better. Going through the system, smiling, in the handcuffs. Knock her block off. Fuck out of here. I'm knocking her head off. I'm knocking her motherfucking head off. I'm knocking my motherfucking wife head to clean the fuck off. I seen a video of her sucking dick, man. I'm paying all these bills and shit. That's a night I did a double too. Fuck out of here. I'm knocking her block. I'm knocking her head clean the fuck off.
Oh man.
But that's something totally different. I'm just talking about in a regular conversation.
Regular conversation? Nah, regular
conversation.
conversation you either
You can say,
Walk over.
God forbid, my mom's dead, right? If you get me to the point where you might think I might knock your head off, the relationship is over, period.
Yeah.
Once you say things that disrespectful, talk about my mom, and you know my mom's dead, and you know that I'm gonna feel the way you're trying to do, I'm
on
done.
purpose.
I feel the same way.
Word.
That's what I'm
Word, my mom.
saying. That's why I said a lot of times I see a lot of women stay in relationships with men and allow to be disrespected. So that's why what you allow will continue, because once you start being called like bitches, sluts, and you know what I'm saying, he start pushing his hands on you, and you let that slide that first time,
escalate.
it's gonna continue. Now he's like, in his mind, he's like, you creating a tone. You setting a tone for the way you want to be treated, because now he's like, wow, I got away with it this time. I got away with it.
So if somebody if somebody's in a relationship and he calls her a bitch one time during an argument, is that ground for dismissal?
Yes and
In the
no.
heat of
And
the
I know that's
moment.
an oxymoron. That's why I said yes and no, because that is an oxymoron. But I'm going to say it depends on why I was called the bitch. And exactly like whatever the circumstance.
No cheating shit. Just got a little.
No, we had an argument or whatever. I'm still feel away though. I know me personally. I know me. It's gonna keep playing back in my, over and over and over. And I'm gonna start looking at the person like,
You don't respect me.
right? And then over a period of time, I'm not gonna respect you instantaneously. I'm just not gonna feel like, now you called me a bitch. So it's like he changed the dynamics of the relationship. Now I'm for 100% for a fact that I have been called a bitch under under his tongue, or probably on the phone to his friends or whatever. But
That don't count.
that's why I said the day it's said to me, I may say to myself, you know what?
That don't count. So
How do I go about getting a divorce? I'm not gonna.
If that's going you bitch, you out.
If he says that to me, to my face, I'm not a bitch. Okay.
No, we get that part.
Because if I can't call you a faggot, you can't call me. You know what I'm saying? Like men don't let you say certain things to them, but it's okay for them to say it to you. No, it goes both ways. I have feelings just like you have feelings. So if you think you be like, "You fucking bitch," I'm be like, "You're a fucking faggot." Now
right,
you ready
so-
to knock me out because I called you a faggot?
I'm happy you brought that up. So
No, but I see that a lot with men. They'll argue with their partner, and I'm sitting there like this, listening, and he calling her a dumb bitch, and she like, your mother fucking faggot, and I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, she's defending herself. How you slap her because she said something? Maybe what she said was true. I don't know. Why did you get mad at her for calling you a faggot, but you called her a dumb bitch?
Don't leave with your mother though.
Hello, he's talking about her family. It's just at that point later on in the argument, she's saying, well, it doesn't matter.
Listen, let me explain something.
You call me a bitch.
Let me explain something.
You're a faggot, bitch.
My thing is like this.
That's how that's going.
If he put her hands on her during a simple argument, then she had to know that. She had to.
My point, and you stayed. That's why I said I don't feel
No,
sorry for
even
people like
the
that.
first time, because you said earlier, you gotta know your audience. Why be with somebody knowing he could put his hands on you? You should leave regardless. If
You
think
can't,
that.
because that's easier said than done. You got to understand. Hold on, let me explain. There are people who've been with each other for 15, 20 years with that. So they are so toxic that that's what they're accustomed to. They're complacent with that. Some people, it's hard for them to get away. I've learned this in psychology that
Then
sometimes
whose fault is that though? Whose fault is that?
their fault. That's their fault. That's why I don't come to
That's what they want.
said rescue.
They there because that's what they want.
Obviously. And then some people are a fear of the unknown. They rather stay what they're comfortable with. Like well, at least I know he come home every day.
I've been
At
there.
least I know. Listen, I've seen it happen with so many different people where they will stay in toxic situations because they're afraid that they may not get better, do better, or wind up with worse. So they just stay with where they are. Or
Have you been in a toxic situation before?
oh, have I been in a toxic situation? Yes, I've been in a toxic situation. Obviously, I had to be to leave to get with someone else.
What about you?
So-
No, what about you?
Toxic? Nah. As far as hands, nah.
No.
I'm not talking about fighting.
toxic?
Just toxic, just toxic.
no.
A person could be just be toxic.
Nah, honestly, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
There's people who are toxic and like the term narcissist. Narcissists don't know that they're narcissists. So people who are toxic, they don't really know that they're toxic. And
I'm
the
lying,
toxic.
I have one.
I knew you was lying, but I was gonna give you
I
that.
have one.
No, but I'm saying the
Everybody
toxic,
did. Everybody.
toxic
Everybody.
women.
Yeah.
I think the women are more like prevalent than the men. You could tell a toxic woman more than you could tell a toxic man because, and I'm not saying that y'all know how to hide. I'm just saying like we put so much on display. Like you
like
can
y'all don't
see,
give a fuck.
y'all can see it in social media. Like when a woman is upset, she's up there, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, why is she up here telling her personal business? Like, do we all need to know that there's trouble in paradise? Like,
Right.
why are you going up here talking about? Because he could get the F out. Like, making comments and opening up for the room for everybody to come in and say, what's going on or what happened? And then and I'm saying, that's a toxic. You already know right then and there, like, that's a taxi, that's a toxic, trashy, like, type of person. Because any woman with class, you know what I'm saying, is not going to go and put herself on display, especially stuff like that. She's going to keep that under wraps. Like, you just don't,
Yeah, I
you
think
know?
honestly, I think if any man puts stuff on social media, that's lame.
Anybody, period,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, what else? You said you want to talk about? What else you want to talk about? You said social media. Why do you say something about females being in the bathroom a long period of time?
Yeah, why do women shower for hours at a time? Like, my wife does it.
Because she was told her coochie stunk a few times in her life.
I don't know who
That
we
is
talking
not
about.
true.
What?
Because I take a shower.
I mean women.
Listen.
Because they coochie stink.
Listen, my husband says the same thing to me.
They
My children
coochie
say,
stink.
that has nothing to do with it. First
I'm
and
a joke, I'm a
foremost,
joke.
whether you joking or not, I'm so
June
stupid.
about to fuck me up real quick.
Because he know his wife is, he's.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, I guess it depends on the type of person that you are. Like, for my purposes, I do it because, I'm not no Slim Jim, and I want to make sure that all of me is thoroughly cleaned. So that takes time. So sometimes I let the water run because I need the water to be clean first. I don't just jump in the water. I need the water to run a little bit. Then once I feel like the water has been running psychologically for me, it feels like whatever dirt that was in the first beginning of the water is now cleared. Then I get into the water.
But it's hot water. Don't it kill the black bacteria?
I don't care. It's coming out of a pipe. I need it to run for a little while. I just need it to run for a little while. Once the water runs, whatever, now you have to get each area at least 2 to 3 times. So that's before you know it, it's 45 minutes to an hour. You're like, well, damn.
Yeah, but I think that circles round to what was the first topic we talked about? What's the first topic we talked about?
Mental health?
No, when you said why do females
Don't be
lie?
coming for me now, June.
No.
Don't
when
be
you
coming
said,
for me.
why do people? No. The first topic we talked about was why do people not lie, but people
Pretend.
pretend. Females need to stay in the bathroom longer to pretend as well.
Pretend for what?
Putting on the eyelashes.
Oh, I don't know.
Makeup.
See, I don't wear that stuff.
Nah, I mean,
You think that they acting like they in the shower?
No, I'm not talking about the shower. You're not talking about the shower. You're talking about the whole set, the whole from the.
No, I'm talking about the shower specifically.
Oh, I'm just talking about just getting dressed.
No, that's another topic.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
What I'm saying is, as far as, like I said, my lady, she does it. I mean, she could be in there for 45 to an hour.
Nah, that's
And
too
I
long.
mean literally in the shower.
That's too long.
She come out looking like a
How
prune,
is that
my nigga.
long? That is not long. That is actually normal. Any woman,
long.
anybody
The long-
who
that's
takes a shower
45
for
minutes.
5 to 10 minutes, is no way that you're possibly clean. I'm sorry. Anybody.
That's not true.
Nah.
How
I ain't gonna lie. Good
how
10
are
minutes,
you?
I'm good.
How?
What's wrong? I don't get it. Like
How is
10
that?
minutes, I'm good.
armpits, nuts.
Are you kidding me?
Ass, that's it.
No.
Behind the ear.
It takes.
Like I hit the nipple one time.
Are you kidding me? It takes about 4 minutes just to clean your anus.
No.
What?
Yes.
Anus? What? I never. What?
When you are cleaning your body,
Nigga,
it's,
in the
See,
shower.
all right, so the thing
I'm
is,
young time. I'm in the.
this is when I go to the bathroom. You know, they always say to me, "Why does it take me 25 minutes to urinate?"
that is ridiculous.
First and foremost, I gotta clean the.
Nah, I do the same thing.
I spray the whole
Nah,
toilet
but the
down
floor.
because I don't want my pants to touch the
I
floor.
do the same thing. 100%.
So you
I
take
have
shit.
I have
So
the-
basically, you
Look.
sit the piss or you
You
sit the
see,
shit.
I'm squatting.
Of course, but I need the lay the joint.
That's right.
Even when you stand in the piss.
We're not talking about peeing.
Oh.
I'm definitely.
Listen.
Got to know how to.
I was about to say.
I squats and then I hold. As you can see, I don't want my pants to touch the floor because people do the little drip drip. I don't want my pants.
The question is why
that.
she take a picture of that? Why she take a picture of that?
Because I wanted to show somebody what they needed to
Hold on,
do.
Hold on. So you're trying to tell me men should take 45-minute showers?
I'm saying at least 30 minutes. I'm good with that.
All right.
Every day.
Not every day.
A rough
You
day.
got a good.
Hold on. You especially if you work construction. 30 minutes,
work
honey.
construction.
Nah.
No.
Listen, let me tell you something. Women, we sit down
What
all
stinks
day.
on a man?
What?
I mean, what's
Men get sweaty and down
They
here.
have more stinking
You get
points.
sweaty.
You have more stinking
How
points.
you think of that?
Because the nigga head, for one, his hair not gonna stink. Not
What?
just a nigga, your hair. Female's
Okay.
hair.
Okay. Women sweat. I'm not a sweater,
Okay.
but yeah.
Your private part stinks way more than ours.
I don't know. I don't
Excuse
know.
me?
I don't know.
If you don't do that little monthly hygiene or your shit gonna smell funny. I don't have that issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't gotta go in the store to buy that product for my penis.
Or
I don't have
Saint
that.
We don't have to buy no products for our vagina. Just soap and water and baking
Summer's
soda.
Eve. What is that? What is Summer's Eve?
You're not, the doctor will tell you shouldn't use that. That
Okay,
kills the
regardless,
good bacteria that's
I
protecting
know,
your
I get it.
vagina wall.
But I got that though.
I don't use that
Why?
because it will knock my pH off.
Okay, but why do
All
they
you
have
need
that
is
for?
hot water and
Answer my
baking
question.
soda.
Listen,
I don't
why do
know.
they have that for?
Because some people, I don't know.
Men don't have that. Men don't have summer eve, summer winter. We don't have that.
But y'all, some of y'all should have it.
No, I get that part. But a nigga in
Please.
the shower.
Good 5-10
No.
minutes. We good.
Nah, how
No, you're not good because, listen, men perspire, right? And when you perspire, you perspire. So if you're like a type of person who takes a shower 5 minutes to 10 minutes, you didn't focus under your arms long enough for me to feel like you're fully clean.
That's you. What if it matters to the person that's taking the shower? That mean, as long as he feels.
That's
clean
why
in
he
his
smells
mind.
the way he smells because he didn't.
How long
he
it takes
didn't
to wash
take-
the
no
underarms?
way.
How long it takes to wash the underarms? I'm just curious.
For each arm, at least 2 to 3 minutes for each underarm.
Okay, I give you that. Let's say 2 decades. How long is that?
So then that's 6 minutes just for the underarm. That's why you can't do 10-minute shower.
Okay, well, 10, 15. Okay, what else?
How long?
Okay.
Then this area, you need at least 5 to 8 minutes for this area. You gotta lift it up. You gotta clean around it. You gotta lift it up. Then if you're not
Not a
circumcised,
bumper, y'all. That's
listen,
not getting a bumper called bumper.
you got balls down there, and then
10 minutes for
and
my
and,
nutsack.
and if you don't shave, woo child, you need at least 15
But
minutes.
you're not a guy, so you can't. How you gonna dictate
can't
with a
say
female?
that.
You can't.
You can't say that.
You
can't
how?
say that. You can't say that.
Nah,
Me,
dude.
this is my routine in the shower.
Okay.
As soon as I get in, let the water hit every part of my body. I turn around, spin around, and everything, neck, all that.
This nigga Cinderella. in the
Lather my rag up. Wash everything. I scrub the back of my neck, back of my ears, nipples.
That ain't no 5 minutes.
No, why not? One good.
Nah, niggas get short. 5 minutes. No, we don't take 5-minute showers.
I wash my private ass, rinse off, wash it again. I'm good.
He didn't mention his feet, so I'm kind of.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
Not
so
going
listen.
into
So
full
I'm
detail.
just saying. Let's be honest here. Realistically, you cannot accomplish a good, thorough bath,
Let me ask you a
shower in 5 minutes because you have to clean
I
in
ain't
your
gonna lie,
ears,
5 minutes,
behind
I
your
mean,
ears. You
5
have to
minutes,
clean
that's
between your
exaggerating.
toes.
5
You have to
minutes.
scrub your
No,
legs
5 minutes.
under
No,
your
5 minutes.
arms.
5 is only
your
if
back.
you rushing to really get the fuck out the crib. Because you got somewhere
I
to
don't-
really
I'm-
be.
nah, I'm not
How
rushing
long
it.
does it take for your husband to take a shower?
To be honest with you, 35 minutes. And we ain't even gonna talk about how long it takes him to brush his teeth.
That's in
So
the shower. 35 minutes in the shower.
He's 35 minutes in the shower.
Listen, I believe that's a long time. Call me dirty then fuck it.
That's the
No,
right.
no.
Listen, hold on.
How you gonna dictate?
And wait, when he's brushing his teeth, when he's not in the shower, he brushes, and I don't even brush my teeth for 20 minutes. I brush my teeth for about 7 minutes. He brushes his teeth, no exaggeration. I could put my son on the phone and ask him, and he'll say it. 15 to 20 minutes, he's in his mouth. That long, he's like,
Come on now. Come on.
okay, hold on.
No.
I'm dead serious.
We believe you. It's just
That's not the norm. That's not the norm.
Well, that's one of the things I love about him. He be in the shower. I'll be like, okay, yeah, he fresh, he clean. Or I would say I want to do it, but I just feel I'm not saying that a man is not clean if he's not.
So-
if he did it to me. What I'm saying is there's no way you could have gotten all of your body parts, because think about it. When you cleaning your arms, right? And you like this, and then you got to go here, then you got to go here, rinse, wash, put more soap, go here, then you lift it, then you going around here. That alone is like 4 minutes.
See now, I
it's
disagree.
technique.
I just disagree. Why would I wash my arm?
And then rinse
my
over
arm,
the-
wash my arms.
Okay, well then maybe I'm a
It's
little
your
extra.
technique.
It's
Yeah,
my
it's your
technique then.
technique.
Because I always put more soap, wring it out. Each
Nah.
part, I wring it out. I clean it out,
how
I
much
wring it
money
out.
you spend on soap a month? Because that's ridiculous.
You sound like my dad.
No, I'm just saying, like okay,
That's
listen.
ridiculous?
That's ridiculous. To use all that soap for one part of your body, then rinse it off, get more soap, and then do the reverse side?
Because you got to clean out the wash, you got to clean out the loofah. You got to wring it out, clean it out, because now you're going to another dirty part. This is clean now. Now I'm going to a dirty part. So I have to clean that dirt out to get over here. That's just how I bathe.
Listen,
That's crazy.
All right.
I get it. I get it. But I'm not in no shower 45 minutes to an hour in the shower. Well, listen, this has been another episode of.
Are you next?
You already know.
Are you?
Before you go, do you have any shout outs, June?
To the fans, and I'm saying just keep on supporting us. Shout out to Brown Skin Skincare. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. And one more time, Space God, we miss you, baby.
I want to shout out my boys, my grandsons, my daughter Sequoia, my son CJ. Oh, Avery Brown, The Blood Sagas 2, go cop that book. Part 1 is a hit. Part 2 is a hit. Everybody's raving.